Hi everyone. Today, I will share my experiences and learning journey as a self-taught developer. Like, what are the challenges and how to overcome those challenges? I hope what I'm sharing can help other self-taught developers. Oops. Okay, I'm Ayu. I'm a self-taught front-end developer and a technical blogger based in the Netherlands. If you want to connect with me, I'm pretty much at Adiati Ayu everywhere online. So, without further ado, let's get started. First, I want to discuss the challenges. Every self-taught developer has their challenges, but I will talk about the top three challenges that I encountered in my journey. First, there is no clear path. As we know, tech changes and moves fast. Self-taught, especially newbies, try so hard to catch up with the industry, go deep into rabbit holes, then get overwhelmed, and in no time, get lost. Do this sound familiar? Well, that happens because we don't have a clear path. Second, no accountability and mentorships. When we encounter problems, we have no one to ask for help or share our frustration with. And learning alone sometimes can be lonely and demotivating. And that leads to another challenge, self motivation. Being self taught also means that we always have to be our own motivators. And sometimes it's hard because sometimes life comes in between. Sometimes we can have imposter syndrome, burnout, procrastination, and whatever it is. And even in these times, we still have to be able to motivate ourselves. So, how to overcome these challenges? The first challenge is no clear path. To overcome it, find your niche. What do you want to pursue? Front end, back end, full stack, or maybe something else? If you just started, give yourself like a month or two to try out a couple of programming languages. Find something that you want or enjoy doing. When I started, I tried out Python. Well, people say that it's beginner friendly. So, what can go wrong, right? But what went wrong was it somehow didn't click for me. So, I tried out web development. And when I saw Hello World with the HTML, I knew that I wanted to be a web developer. Next, look at the job demands in your target area. Like, what kind of tech jobs are on the market? What stacks or frameworks do the companies use most? Looking at job demands can help you avoid wasting time learning something not on demand in your target area. I wanted to be a full stack developer. So I took a course and learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then Node.js. And during my time learning the backend, I got advice from a friend to check on the job demands in my area, even though I wasn't looking for a job at that time. And you know what? The most used languages and frameworks for backends are .NET, Java, and PHP. And I was like, where is the Node.js? So I switched gear to learn React and now focusing on being a front end developer. After you find your niche and look at the job demand, the simplest way to create a roadmap is to follow a curriculum from a course and stick to it. Take a course as your main course and finish that course. Use other resources such as other courses if you have any tutorials, articles, documentation as a supplement if some concepts are not clear for you. But don't go further in these supplements except to fulfill your needs. Next are the tips for no accountability and mentorship. Twitter. It might not be for everyone, but you may want to consider being on Twitter and being active there. The tech Twitter community is super helpful. You can ask your questions as well as share your learning. And that one of the ways for you to keep yourself accountable. Use appropriate text to reach and engage with the right people or community. For example, hashtag JavaScript, hashtag web development, hashtag code newbie, hashtag dev community, and so on. Next tip, Some online courses and communities provide forums, Discord, or Slack as tools for their students and members to ask questions or share things. Be more proactive and use these tools to benefit you. Ask questions, find study buddies, and spend some time answering questions from others whenever you can. It will help with your learning and you can make new friends. Another tip is to find communities. Self-taught developers usually lack a support system. Well, at least I did. Being in a kind and supportive community can help you get that support system. You can find other developers who can be your accountability buddies and even help you by mentoring when you are in a community. But remember to keep the chain going by always be kind and giving back to your community to support others. The last challenge is motivation. How to get that self-motivation? You can consider learning in public. Learning in public can help you cement your knowledge and help your future selves as well as other people. It can also allow you to have self-motivation to go further in your journey. And how to do learning in public? You can try 100 Days of Code. If you never heard about it, it's a code challenge where you learn to code for a minimum of 1 hour every day for the next 100 days. Then you tweet your progress every day with the 100 Days of Code hashtag. Another way to learn in public is through content creation. You can try to write blogs, create video content, like tutorials on YouTube, TikTok. You can try to stream on Twitch or maybe make a podcast, whatever you feel comfortable with. Next, even though it's hard to do, try not to compare yourself to others. I'm still training myself to do this, to be honest. People have different journeys and challenges in learning to code. So don't compare yourself to others. The only comparison is where you are now and before. And this is my favorite one, share your wins, either on Twitter or in your community or to your loved ones. Or if you only want to write it down for yourself in your daily journal, share those wins. Doesn't matter how small it is, a win is a win. And believe it or not, sharing wins can boost your motivation to learn and to achieve more. The last thing, but the most important thing, is to be kind to yourself always. One thing to remember, learning to code is hard for everyone. Where we are today is one step ahead of where we were yesterday. So give a pat on your back and be proud of yourself. And thank you everyone for being here and listening to my talk.